You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the February 28th meeting of the Long Beach Park Board. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Okay, so February Parks Board meeting called to order. We will first look at our January minutes. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, and just so everybody knows that's on the phone today, we've got a special town council meeting that's going to be happening at 7. So we need to get out of here earlier than that. So we're going to try to shoot for 45 minutes. So we'll make this meeting as quick as possible. Make sure we cover everything we want to cover. So public comments will limit to 3 minutes at the end if we have any. Otherwise, I think we'll be no problem staying under that magic 45-minute mark. So I do not see for our ongoing business activities coordinator update. Sarah is not here. Is there anything else that we need to cover for that while we're at it?
I'll talk to Sarah as a one-off, but I got I think we might incorporate volleyball as a offering, like tennis camp. If Sarah's interested, I have a contact and been talking to somebody about that. So hopefully that we can add that as an offering under our umbrella for summer camp volleyball, just for a certain age group. But I'll speak with Sarah about that then, since she's not on.
Okay, that would be great. Did we have a payroll issue before, Joy? Is that settled? Or payroll issue, but getting somebody paid for?
Oh, yeah, that was all taken care of.
Okay. Then I think I saw Janice out there. I've got a Post-it note covering your face. There we go. I think you're muted. I might have to help you.
You're muted.
Maybe I can do it.
I think she's muted herself, or no? She's saying no.
There's Sarah. Okay, Janice, let's work on your mic, and I'm going to let Sarah talk for a second because I think she just joined. It doesn't let me automatically unmute people, but they shouldn't be muted. John's not muted. Okay, here we go. You're good, Janice. You go ahead, Janice, and then we'll go back to Sarah.
Okay, a topic from last meeting was the certified playground mulch, and I got 2 quotes. There are actually only 2 companies that do this work, and I sent the quotes off to Joy and Kendra today. The one is from Fort Wayne, a company called Mulchworks, and that was $77.05 a cubic yard. The quote from Great Lakes, who we used before, was $53. They do their quoting via Google Earth. One company said we only needed, 40 cubic yards. The other company, Great Lakes, had 63 yards. I recommend we go with the 63 yards. That way we know we have enough, and there's installed and uninstalled prices. The prices they gave you per cubic yard are installed prices.
Okay.
I'll work with, I don't know, you guys need to vote or do what you need to for that. If you need anything else, there's one other company in Illinois. I didn't quote them just because it said on their website, transportation and installation is extremely expensive than self-time.
Yeah, no, I think we don't need to vote on it. It's part of our budgeted as part of our ongoing expenses. So, and Great Lakes worked with us before, and I think they just invoiced us, so that was easy for us to pay.
Right.
So if you can go ahead and order that, and again, just thank you so much for your help with that.
I'll work with Chief and Tom to get everything finished up. And then from the Beach Garden side, to commemorate our 90th anniversary, the Beach Garden Club is going to present speaker series for the community. So the whole town will be invited. The kickoff is May 19th, and the topic will be the do's and don'ts of recycling. And that's going to be presented by Sasha Burns of the LaPorte County Extension Bureau. more on that in the coming months. And then we really are adding Stop 24 to our areas for town beautification. So we'll have a volunteer crew to help with Stop 24 this year. Instead of just me.
Yeah, that's great.
That's all I have.
Awesome.
All right, thank you. And Sarah, we skipped over you, but we're back to you.
Hi. So we are getting ready to meet with our directors for the first time next month. And then we will be for summer camp, sorry. And then we will be doing interviews starting in April for positions that are available. We are tentatively looking to have camp start June 19th and end August 4th. We will confirm that with our directors when we meet for that first time and go over the scheduling and paperwork and all that kind of stuff. We continue to have our first Saturday art classes. Those are going really well, and there's been requests for some other options. So the art instructor is willing to consider some other class series and special events that deal with things that are a bit more complex than maybe an hour-long class would be. And we won't likely start that until the summer because she's also a teacher. So this time of year can be kind of tricky with testing and stuff like that for her. We had a special event this month, a cookie decorating class that was really well attended, great for all ages. And we've done that in the summertime, and I think we're going to continue to do that twice a year in this format. It's been very well received by the community. We have done bingo. However, I think I am going to cancel the March options. It has not been well enough attended for me to feel as though it's a valuable option for the community. People love it and contact me about it all the time, but then don't show up. And I don't feel like that's a wise use of our funds, our resources, if it's not going to continue. The largest attendance we've had so far was 6. And this last week, we didn't even, or 2 weeks ago, we didn't even end up having it because we only had 3 people, 2 of which were my dad and my daughter. So that's, maybe it'll be a special event, just one-time thing going forward. But it doesn't seem to be received well as the series during the winter months.
Okay.
Do you need anything from me?
No, I'll talk to you a little bit later. I just got some great information. We have an opportunity, if you'd be interested, to have a volleyball camp be under your umbrella as you kind of how you run the tennis.
Yeah.
Ross Balling, who runs the EVP, he does the Michigan City, Evanston. He does volleyball camps all around the country, but he runs Michigan Cities too. He was willing to do a camp for us. So I can talk to you about that. It's probably more of a lengthy conversation than fit for today, but I'm thinking we would run it like you run the tennis camp, everything would run through you and all that stuff. But I think that'd be really neat. So we can talk later about that. And then maybe I can, 2 camps, 24 kids, ages 9 to 13. That's the high level overview.
Okay, cool. Does he have 3 kids?
He has 3 children. Yes, he has 3 kids.
Okay, because I think they used to come to camp. That name sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, I think they did. Yep. They're in Shoreland Hills, and all their relatives and cousins are here, Long Beach.
Awesome. I did have one more thing, and this kind of got started before, and it might be something for discussion at a later point. I'm going to toss this out there. The possibility of having some way to pay using credit or debit cards. That process was started and didn't really follow through. It's not huge for our first Saturday arts because they pay the art director or the art instructor directly, but looking at camps coming up, I would like to re-look at that again, but that's not urgent, but I just want to plant that seed of something I know with our finances and things, keeping those ducks in a row. So that really is now my last thing, I promise.
Joy, you want to talk to Helen and
Yeah.
see if that's going to be a possibility? Okay, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda then, quick updates on stops. Two of these we've been talking about for a long time. So I'll start with those two first. So stop 21, stop 23, as everyone can see, we're still missing our metal fencing at the top of the steps or across the seawall there, or the wall down to the beach. The company that we used to do that is they burned down last year. They're rebuilding. I've seen them rebuilding. Want to give them a little bit more time to get that finished. So Kendra's been the main contact with them. And I think maybe if you put it to them this way, you know, if they can't get it done by, say, spring, or like early summer, then we're gonna have to find another solution, and know our feelings, but we got stuff to do. So let them know. We've already got the quotes from the other vendor that we could pull out and have them redo if we need to, but they were quite a bit higher. So hopefully they'll do it and finish that job. There's not any really immediate safety issue there, just not pretty to look at. Stop 19 and stop 29, those are the only two stops that we really budgeted to spend some money at for 2023. So stop 19, we just had a few residents. There's actually a petition went around to get some things done at the stop, and one of them is just to provide some more parking, if you will, not parking, but stroller parking, bike parking, wagon parking at the top, which they do not have very much of right now, but we do have some room. So I will get, I'll draw up some plans, some very simple plans to do like a railless boardwalk that's flush with the grass around it, not flush with the sidewalk, because the sidewalk is sunken there, and then the grass where it quickly comes up. So if we could just level some of that grass and put the boardwalk as one step up, I think that'd be easy to get strollers and things up onto there and store them. That didn't cost too much, so I know we've got some money in the budget for that, Joy. I think you told me, did you say 15?
For stop 19,
Yeah, or did you say 10?
10, stop 19.
Yes, we had 10K in the budget for 19, and none of that is gonna be expensive. The other things on their list, we had already talked about that we're not gonna do, which was level sand, for the boardwalk down to the beach, because that would involve leveling sand. And then milkweed, we said we would just stay on top of the milkweed and keep a nice walking path at the base. So I think we can do that with the landscaping budget and just handle that. Right now, it looks pretty good, aside from at the top where there's not much room. Stop 29 is, that's not, no one's really complaining about 29 right now. We've got, I think we said 15 in the budget for that, Joy, for 29.
Right.
So we did the aluminum boardwalk to get down to the beach, and that went over pretty well. People are liking that, but we have not touched the wood to get to that aluminum structure for years. So it's probably 10 to 15 years old at the point. I think it's about time to start taking a look at it. I don't think we're in danger this year of having any safety issues on that thing. So if we push to next year, that would be doable, but I do want to start getting some estimates on replacing that boardwalk. And then there's because we haven't used it in so long, all the weeds and everything are growing up into that wooden structure. And then we'll talk about, we got some encroachments to deal with to the west of 29. We'll hit that when we talk about encroachments, but I don't see any reason why we can't do 19 and hopefully even 29 for the amount we budgeted in 23 and get those two stops up to par.
We also budgeted 10,000 for stop 16. I'm not sure where we're putting that, and 25,000 for stop 24. Just as an outline.
24 was landscaping. Yeah. Okay. How much for 24 again?
25.
Okay. All right, any questions on those then? Nothing to do really other than me get some estimates. Okay, next item, this one may take a minute, encroachments and stops. So this came up recently, it's come up many times before, but it came up recently when homeowners at the house just west of 29 were planting evergreens on town property. Very close to the stop, actually, very close to the aluminum boardwalk. Those are eventually going to grow and eventually take view away from people that are standing on the aluminum platform looking west. and they're on our property anyway. So I know Chief made the homeowners aware. They said that they would remove them if we wanted them to. And we were asked to go through a bit of a process to figure out what the encroachments are at every stop and what we intend to do about them over time. So Kendra did some work on that. Joey did some work on that. So we've got a satellite view of each of the stops that we have right now. And Kendra went through each of the stops and drove them and wrote down where some possible encroachments may be. I'm going to really quickly cover the ones that we have issues at, potential issues at, and then I'm going to, I guess, make a motion to get some surveys done to handle some of those. So stop 14, we've talked about that quite a bit. We don't have any encroachments there that need addressing after we did all the work at 14. 15, we need to get a survey at 15. There is a bit of an encroachment at the east side of the lot where there's a fence that the homeowner placed, a low fence that's on one of the sides of the stop. It would be very easy to move, not a big issue there. But stop 15 is also one of the stops that Chief's looking at for ADA access and for beach access for his vehicles. So given that there's going to be a survey done anyway, they're going to do any work to get an ATV down to the beach. I would say we just hold on 15 for now. We don't have any public outcry there or any issues there at 15. So let's just hold on to that one if you guys don't disagree.
Did you say you want to get a survey in it though?
No. I mean, it was on the list to survey, and then we talked about the ADA thing. Stop 18 is fine. Stop 19, we do have some encroachments from the homeowner to the west and possibly to the east as well. We had some issues with that pool being built. So I think we do need to go ahead and do the survey at 19 if we don't already have one. So when I say get a survey, Anita, that really means we're going to see if we have one. And if we don't, we're going to get one. Stop 20, 21 to 22, no issues there. 23, we have a slight encroachment from the house to the east. It's a long-running issue, but it's very minor. It's like 1 foot of their driveway that's on the property. We spent a bunch of money at that stop. There's tons of people at that stop, and I haven't seen the need to do anything with that stuff. We already had a survey, so that was a town issue between the town and the homeowner. I think my vote would be it's not a priority, not causing any problems for us or people using the stop. Stop 24, there's got to be a survey that exists in 24 because of all the work we did there. We just have to track that down. And I wasn't aware there was an encroachment. We were saying there's a possible encroachment on the east side.
But it's part of like a already falling apart, kind of, what would you call it? Not make park like where their gravel is, and they're not really even using it. It's just where the lines were sprayed. I think it's a non-issue. It's not interfering with anything. It's way over on the east side, the very farthest point that you can get. My point was just that if someday that has people thrown out, maybe that would be a possible place if people would want to ever store items, or get a small watercraft thing down there or whatever. There would be a survey needed, but at this point, if we're not gonna do anything but beautify that with like some sort of a landscaping, then I don't think we need to do anything there survey wise.
Okay, so I'm sure we have a survey, so I would prefer to at least get everything documented. So we have it documented. We know that it was documented in 2023. These are the encroachments. If we decide we're going to notify homeowners that there at least is one, then that'll just be part of the documentation.
Okay.
And just to put a pin in all this, so we're not going to go back and talk about it every other year. So let's do that at least. 26, no encroachment.
Did I miss 16? I didn't write any notes.
16 is good.
Oh, good, okay. Thank you.
28 is, okay, 28, we've got that parking pad that we were gonna do when we did 28, but we could never get a hold of the homeowner, which is a kind of a shared parking pad. So, we do have a survey on file for 28. It's a complicated one. Personally, I would vote to not do anything with that parking pad until 24 at the earliest anyway. It's not gonna cave in. It's used seldomly. Do you guys have any opinions on that?
I agree with you.
I don't. Only because I think it's used pretty heavily. To the point where people unfortunately park there all the time as parking, and the police have had to, but,
I guess what I meant by no issue is that we're not gonna do anything to it that's gonna provide more parking or less parking.
no, it just is, it would be nice that we had, before budgeting issues came in or whatever, it could be, it looks like it's gonna fall apart, it looks like it's gonna fall in, and I'd love to make it look a little bit more updated, like the rest of the stops, more of a, however it should look versus something that's been there probably since the 20s.
Talking about this, talking about this, here, that parking pad right across from like the line.
Yeah, you see where those,
Is that the one of them?
No, it's all town property. There's only a little bit. People used to think it was shared. It's not. When we had that survey, when we thought we were going to do a clean swoop, it's right on, it's 99.9% town property. Their survey, their stakes up right now. So it is,
the stake is right on the last foot of the.
yeah, it's like on the concrete. They're like,
So if we built the parking pad there today, it wouldn't be legal because it would be.
Right.
Yeah, it's in the right of way, it's in the neighbor's adjacent property, so I think whatever we do there, we need to,
We only had two options, we could remove it, or we could replace it with new.
well, if we don't have money to, we should just probably document it a little. If we don't have money to replace and repair, we don't want, I don't think we want to remove it because I think people do use it.
if we remove it, it's gonna cost an absolute fortune to put back. Because it's on that slope. So,
So I would say we put it on the back burner until we have money to replace and repair it.
all right, so document and table, 28,
What did we say about 26?
no encroachments on 26. And 29 is the issue we were talking about with trees being planted on the homeowner's property, or not their property, it's definitely our property, but we do not have a survey to prove that. We're gonna do more work with that stop anyways, so let's go ahead and get a survey of 29. If we don't have one on file, we'll verify we don't. And then we can use that survey to see if Chief wants to see if we can just handle that amicably, get the trees removed from the property that are eventually gonna grow and become a view issue for people trying to use that stop. And it's just that one, we've been pretty consistent about people planting trees right on our encroachments at the top of the stop. 23, those homeowners removed it. That would be a good one for just consistency's sake as well. And then stop 30, no encroachments at 30.
Yeah.
So then in summary, I need 2 surveys, see if we need them. If we don't have them, we'll get them. And then we'll document and address after we see the surveys that we know what we're dealing with.
So stop 19 and stop 29 we're looking for. And you also said you would track down one at 24 and then 28 you look for one.
That's right. We do have one on file at 28.
Okay,
24, and Sugar Gun Wall has one on file too.
okay.
So anything else on encroachments? That was probably the longest topic we got for today. Nope, okay. Community Center, room 14. Joy, I believe you wanted me to put this in there?
We haven't moved forward.
It looks good.
And I believe Chief put our, cabinets back in there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Did the one purple one, did that get screwed to the wall, or is that still needed to happen?
It will need to be screwed to the wall. It's uncertain where you exactly want it.
Okay, great, thank you. So, yeah, that's moving forward. We moved all the, stuff from room 2 into room 3 because Amy Shin is now in, room 2. And she's got paint placed, has new flooring there, and has the whole thing ready to go.
It looks good. I got a haircut in there last week, actually. It looks really good in there.
So that's all we're moving on.
Okay, so did you already hit the volleyball topic? Or is it-
This is a little separate because that's volleyball falling under kind of the camp umbrella. So I've been looking for a volleyball net and, found a great, well, this is sort of related. The net is going to be about $500 and then the poles and then, a little bit of extra, maybe $200 more, but, EVP, the family from here who runs EVP offered to split it half with us if he could just put EVP volleyball on the top of the net. I said, sure, because
Let's see.
it stands for like the vet volleyball, or it's his company, but it's also all the Michigan City nets say EVP, every net in Evanston says EVP, every net at Oak Street Beach says EVP, because he literally runs. So it's just, it's really more him just being goodwill to us. Like, he's gonna order it for us. We'll help Tom and them make sure it's installed, or, correct and stuff. And then, and even if the camp portion doesn't work out, it's fine. He was helping me pick out a net and get the right thing. So, he's gonna order it all, and then he'll just invoice us. So, since we can't pay for things ahead of time, so that's gonna be purchased, and it's a professional net with all the poles and stuff. And I might lean on Tom Dolph and that crew to help, put the poles in, so they're semi-permanent. And it'll look real nice. And he even offered we could co-sign the net, like put Long Beach Park Board in EVP. And I thought that's getting a little weird. So just EVP volleyball, or it just says EVP actually. So that's a nice blessing surprise from a community member with big involved family here with kids. So,
That's great.
so that'll be here by spring, hopefully, summer at least.
Okay.
That's it.
Good. For my needs on town property, so we had somebody come in and give us a presentation on, and I forget the name.
Beth is on Zoom.
Okay, there we go, I bet. Yeah, sorry. So we have a proposal, that splits up the town's portion of this and the homeowners portion of this. That's gonna be at stop 19 is primarily where it is, but we have some at 24 also, is that right?
There's, yeah, 24.
Yep.
Okay, so.
Real small amount.
Okay. So we're happy with the proposal. We think it's reasonable. So, and I would like to make a motion that we can proceed with this work to eliminate the Friday nights at both these stops, and then the homeowners agreed to do the same in 19. Get that all done at the same time before we end up with a major issue perforating the beach.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's see, in that attendance.
It's $5,077.
Thank you.
Beth, if Zach signs that proposal now, how do we get it to you?
You know what? I'll send you the link again tomorrow. You can just accept it online.
Okay.
Okay.
And then,
For email? I think it's in part 4 email. so-
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that would be great.
can I ask one question?
Sure.
Okay, sorry. If you need, I think you said at maybe the meeting that I was there a few months ago, that you do dune grass planting elsewhere in Long Beach. Is that true?
Yes, we do.
Do you have somebody else that you use for that?
Yeah, we do. It's Dean is his name. I can't remember. He's out of Michigan. He does a great deal of the dune grass planting all up and down the shoreline. He's done work for us for the last 3-4 years. Does it for me personally as well, and my neighbor gets it planted. So I think he's done quite a bit of it.
Okay, no worries.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We're on to old business. So some of the stuff, I did the agenda yesterday very quickly, so I apologize if some of these are in the wrong spot. But this one's been on here for a long time. I'm gonna get it off of here soon. Pickleball tennis court sign.
We're working on it. Renee just checked on it on Friday, and they're still working on getting us approved once
I
they
was
do.
just there today, hope to have it by the end of the week.
Okay.
Good. Approved by the end of the week. I put tree pruning on here, but we may have already settled that too.
Well, as soon as we get our budget straightened out, I'll resurrect this topic, but right now it's on hold.
Okay. Figured that's what you were gonna say. And then we already talked about encroachments. And then number 4 was old business from a few months back. We talked about the ADA access at stop 25 or stop 15. I believe what's happening is we're having a meeting. Chief is gonna have a meeting between himself and whoever wants to join 12:30 tomorrow in his office. And we'll start working on how that's gonna go down, which should be good. Anything else to add there, Chief, or anybody on? No? Okay. The other thing, Joy, you asked me for new business to put in there, put in art in the park. We need to set a date for that.
Yes, I'm hoping we can pick a date, and I'm hoping that the date we pick is Saturday, July 29th.
Saturday, July 29.
That'll be like last year, towards the end of the summer program. So the kids will still be in, seemed like a good time last year. And I've already heard them kind of wants to come back to the top.
Did we do good?
He's got a car.
Hopefully we can sell a few more this time around.
And we'll do the ice cream again too, because that's a key.
Ice cream is awesome.
Free ice cream, of course, that we each had.
Yeah, it's ahead. Does anybody have any issues with that? It looks good to me. I've got the ending time weekend, so I'm all for it.
What do you think, Janice? Chief?
Janice, you happy? 2 thumbs up from Janice.
Chief,
What was the date again?
July 29th.
Okay. Did we get porta potties? What did we do? Do we need?
They love this building.
Could we do that again then? Okay.
And our schools.
The school is, okay.
Okay, so officially, July 29th? Great. We have a date. Okay, the only other new business, I guess, if I wanted to bring it up, is we got an email from the sports, so I'm gonna take a look at those tomorrow when it's nice out and see what those look like. It was one of the guys that uses the court quite often, pickleballers, sending the courts in pretty bad shape, and we spent almost $20,000 on that court last year, getting it resurfaced, getting the grass filled, getting it painted. So we definitely don't have any budget to do that this year. We do have some money in subsequent years to do some more work out there, but we would need to get an estimate if we're going to. The note from Norm indicated that it needed to be completely done, and that's a different project. So if we got an estimate for that, Anita, I'm not sure who your contact is, so I think it's too early to think about that yet.
Okay.
Let's see what it looks like and see what the players say they're using it throughout the spring and summer. But if we spend 20 grand on something like that and have to redo it immediately, we've got problems. So I don't know if we have. Is there a warranty on the work we did last year?
It was 2021.
Was it 21? Jeez, you're right. Is there a warranty on the work we did in 2021?
I'll call John and ask him to come out and see when he can come out and look at it. How about that?
That'd be fine. And if he's out, he must have just tell us what a budgetary price is on resurfacing a tennis court, like not, the properly resurfaced
Right.
as a new court. See what he says.
Okay.
I'm sure he can describe a number for a double court,
Well, and just for reference, I think if I remember, Anita priced this last one out in 21, and before that I had done it. I picked up some old, so I was either looking at that paperwork from 21 or my old one, and kind of the price chunks go. It was 18,000 and change, and ended up being 20,000 to do like a pretty major resurfacing, like smooth the cracks, fill them in, add asphalt, do repaint, do the new lines. The cheapest option under that, I think, was like 14,000. And then there was just like a power wash option for 8,000. And then, like Joy had mentioned, to like rebuild new courts is like 50, I don't even want to guesstimate on that. So it's like, that's why it's unfortunately, it's like 20K was the best option, because the other options seemed like a total waste of money. Because it was just like,
Well, we had it looked at too. They said they could fix what we have, and it's not ready to be completely overhauled yet, so it's not like we just patched over a horrible court.
Right.
It was in decent shape when we did it, so. But anyway, we'll put that on the agenda. We'll take a look at it. And the only other thing that I was gonna bring up is, getting landscaping initiated at the beaches, the stops. Are we gonna use Healy's again?
No,
What are we gonna do about the stops?
they already started. I don't know, well, they haven't started in the sense that I haven't gotten an invoice, and I've been walking the stops all the time. I haven't seen it, but I've talked with him. It's Seth he already got re-registered and paid his $50, and we've talked, so he's gonna be our guy. Is he leaves what? Yeah, if he can handle it, we might need more, but he at least, wasn't interested, and the other name's escaping me, hadn't responded. So Seth did a lot of the work last year too. So yeah, I think it's So it might be Seth's landscaping. I forget what he's registered at the town. So we're good to go on that. Short story is we're good to go on that.
Okay, good.
Let me look for his, hold on, if you can wait a minute, let me see what his.
Yeah,
name of the company.
hopefully we can stay on top of that a little better than last year. Last year was really hard with, Healy's volume of work. He was having a hard time keeping people, and it's tough.
I think it's Seth's Property Maintenance is the name of his actual, Seth's Landscaping is the other, yeah, so luckily he's our guy for now. I mean, for now, because everyone seems to not want the job.
And then later on, we need to schedule a beach cleanup, because it's looking pretty rough out there right now with the water being low and having some storms. So that's usually one that I pick up, so I'll look at a date. And then there was somebody that I was trying to get hold of in Michigan City to keep the date saying they're going to do a cleanup, and we were going to do it, but never getting anybody to call me back. Do you know anybody who deals with parks in Michigan City?
Diane, right?
Diane,
Sperling.
yes, she's on the park board, she could help. And then Shannon Eason, the assistant director for the Michigan City Park Department, she would be a good contact as well. I've got her cell phone number, we could call her or could email as well. And then also maybe when we do the beach cleanup, we could offer up our ATV, hooking a trailer to the back of it, maybe putting a lot of the debris in the back of the trailer, and then the ATV could move along the beach and we could haul it off at 14 or 15 and, take it.
Perfect. That's the biggest issue we have, is getting all the beach stuff up.
We might have people come out for that, we'll put off the rides.
I just gotta find a trailer that we could, hook to the back of the ATV to get down there and that. So if we have a small trailer, somebody has like a garden-sized trailer or a little bit bigger, we could hook it to the back of one of the ATVs and take it down there. So maybe give that some thought. We can come up with a trailer somewhere. We have hitches on the ATVs. We have a new ATV that's on its way, a 6-seater, which is much more powerful as well. So those options are always available. You can have fun down there with it. So yes, yeah, we'll just let the insurance company. So whatever we can do to help.
That's great. Can you forward me those two contacts?
For Shannon?
Yeah, and,
Yes.
well, whichever one you think is best.
I'll send you Shannon. She'd probably be the best one to contact.
Great, that's great. I mean, sounds like a more efficient way of doing it.
We're all working together here.
When did we typically do those? April?
No, I want to see maybe after Memorial. Yeah, there was a little more. Before Memorial, I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll find a date and do a weekend of it, publicize it, maybe even do a feature thing. Certainly Facebook ads. Anybody else have any new business?
No, I don't.
No? Okay. Any public comments from anyone in the room or on the phone?
Janice raised her hand. You're muted.
You're muted again, Janice. Still muted.
You're still muted. I don't read sign language.
Uh-oh, now you're gone.
No,
I think she just waved.
no, she took her video off. You're unmuted now, though, Janice. No, you were. She took her video off. This is fun.
There you are. You're still muted.
There she goes. Boom.
I'm here, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I wanted to bring up that I didn't put in my report, because I always like to add any tree board collaboration, and you all probably might know this, but the NIPSCO is doing tree trimming. Is that correct, Chief? This week, start looking at trees. So I just thought I'd share that. So in the spirit of collaboration about trees and between the town, the parks, and tree board.
Thank you.
And for a beach cleanup, maybe Earth Day weekend.
That's a good idea.
I was just looking at some old emails came up. We had one in the beginning of June, but that was way back in
That's late.
yeah,
Yeah. Earth Day is a good idea. I'll just figure out when that is.
yeah, that's a nice, I think it's,
Something, third weekend in April, maybe, somewhere around there.
Good time. I mean, before spring, to me. Or early spring, anyway. Okay, thanks, Janice. I don't see anybody else out there raising their hands, so if that's it, our next meeting would be March 28th, 6 p.m., Town Hall. And, motion adjourned.
Move to adjourn.
Second,
I,
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much.
thank you.